Thank you very much and welcome to Ken-Based Media TV, where we tell African stories the African way, and where we believe that in every African there's a story to tell. And today we are here at Mount Kenya University with my colleagues here who are going to introduce themselves to you so that maybe we can have an interactive session with them. And the reason why we want to have this session is because of their African stories. These people are people that are in university at this particular time, but they've been in their families and their teachers by well, most of them they are employed by the Teachers Service Commission, but for the quest of maybe advancing their education in and for the quest of having a degree from a university, they had to leave their families to come back to school. And this is exactly what we'll be talking about the whole of this session. And our aim is just to motivate you who will be watching this video. Maybe you've been thinking about going back to school, but because of one or two things, it has been hindering you maybe to have to take the steps to go back to school. And you'll be listening to their story on how they can able to balance between their families back at home, the education that they are having at this particular time, and even the student and the pupils that they have left back in school. For the whole of this week, they've been here doing their exam, and they have exciting stories. So they will be starting by introducing themselves. We will start maybe from the far end.
Uh, Thank you very much, Candice. I'm Joshua Musa.
Mhm,
I come from Machakos,
mhm,
a teacher by profession,
mhm,
teaching at Makueni.
mhm,
And the journey of education,
mhm,
it's a long journey.
mhm.
I won't talk about my primary education, rather my high school
Maybe
education.
before we get there, let's first introduce the others. Karibu.
Alright.
Thank you for the welcome.
Mhm,
I'm Frida Kamunda. I
mhm,
hail from Tharaka Nithi
mhm,
County,
mhm,
a teacher by profession.
mhm,
I teach in Murang'a County.
mhm, mhm. And then.
Okay, thank you. My name is Catherine Mandi
Mhm,
from Makueni County.
mhm,
I'm a student at MKU,
mhm,
furthering
mhm,
my education.
mhm. So thank you very much. All of us, we have our families, and we have our ambitions. Musa, how what got to you? You are employed by TSC, and maybe you thought maybe it's not enough for you to be employed by TSC without a degree. How did it come that you decided now wacha tu nirudi shule niende MKU nianze degree?
Mm, Well, at this point in particular, in our country, as you understand,
Mhm,
for you to get to that level
mhm,
and be able to share the national cake with the guys who are up there,
mhm,
you need to be very well much equipped academically.
mhm,
And in one way to get well academically equipped,
mhm, mhm.
basically is to begin with a degree.
A degree.
Yeah,
That is why you decided now you have to go back to school.
I have to go back to school.
Mhm,
And also for the purposes of changing my status quo,
mhm,
bearing in mind that in Kenya we've got different social classes.
mhm,
We have also brought social stratification.
mhm,
So I had that passion and
mhm,
feeling that sitting with guys and talking with guys,
mhm,
being an opinion leader,
mhm. So you felt that maybe the
I
certificate
don't
was
want to
not
be
enough
the
for you.
left one,
Mhm.
the one who's left out.
Let us go to Frinda. Frinda, you have a certificate
I have a certificate
in teaching, yeah,
in teaching.
but you still felt it was not enough.
I felt I still have some things to do concerning my academics.
Mhm,
That's why even after pursuing my diploma
mhm,
in secondary education,
mhm,
I still wanted to have a degree
mhm,
in the same or on
mhm,
the same field.
mhm,
That's why I decided to come back to the university
mhm,
to get my degree.
mhm,
Basically, the today's life,
mhm,
for example, we have the new curriculum that is CBC,
mhm,
which very soon we shall be having it in high school,
mhm,
and we shall be having two secondary school, that is junior
The junior and
secondary
the
and
senior
senior
secondary
secondary.
school. Okay.
Maybe the requirement
Mhm.
shall be tough, and maybe the teachers who have the degrees shall be considered first. That's why I decided to be on the safer side. When we come
To have a degree,
to have a degree,
regardless of maybe whatever was happening to you.
regardless of whatever is happening,
Uh-huh.
regardless of the family status and all those.
Now, let's come to Catherine.
Yes.
Catherine, you stayed for some time after maybe having your diploma,
Yes.
and then you still decided to come back to for in university for a degree.
Yes.
What compelled you?
Okay. It took a time
Mhm,
after I did my certificates
mhm,
in ETE
mhm,
and decided to go and study further for the degree.
mhm,
When I compared the life of primary teachers and secondary teachers, according to what my bro has said here, the status,
mhm,
they are in somehow, the secondary teachers, they are somehow financially stable
mhm,
than the primary
mhm,
teachers. So when I look at their payslips, I had the desire to have such a issue.
mhm,
Then, with money in the family, you can meet the needs
mhm,
in the family. You can get money, you educate your children. Then I decided to come and further my education so that I can be able to be financially stable.
Sawa, wacha turudi kwa Musa. Musa, the time that you got, maybe you want to go back to university, and at that particular time najua kuna watoto ambao wewe mwenyewe unasomesha, na at times tukirandaranda ama wakati tunazunguka huku university, there are some even student, regular student who think that we are lecturers. Were you not discouraged?
Now, one thing for you to venture in this field of furthering your academics, if we go way back to when I completed my O-levels, I did my KCSE in the year 2004.
2004.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I've been hustling up and down. I completed my P1 certificate in the year 2008, and then in the year 2019, I enrolled for my degree
Here at MKU.
at MKU, at Mount Kenya University. And since the purpose that is pushing you to join the university, it is well justified in your mind, and definitely you're definite in what you're doing. So anytime you're meeting a student that maybe is a regular here and you've taught them, maybe at the junior levels of academics, there's nothing to worry. If anything, you have to appreciate one another. And it is so encouraging for them because finding an old man
In the same class.
in the same class who was your
With
teacher,
them,
and bearing in mind that how many years are those? How many years are those?
From 2004, that should
15
be
years.
allowed 15 years. 15, 16 years.
15 years when I did my KCSE, and it is after 15 years now when I'm joining and enrolling for my degree. It is all about passion. It is all about focusing on what you want in the future. There are so many opportunities in this field of having someone who has been academically having some qualifications in academics. For instance, we have got governments that have been devolved, and so many job opportunities have just cropped up in the county government. So with the minimum qualification of a degree, you are
Yeah,
sure
there are so
at
many
least
chances,
there's a chance that you
will
can.
crop up
Yeah.
from there. Maybe when I come to Catherine, Catherine, here you are. The idea has come to you. You want to go back to university. You want to go and advance, and now you have to tell your husband that you want to go back. How did he took the news?
Okay. Before, first he took as a job
Mhm.
for still didn't understand how comes I will manage the family and manage the
The
education.
education itself.
Yeah. How will I going to balance?
And how many children do you have?
When I have two children,
Children.
boys.
How many years?
I have 1 6.
1 6.
The other one is turning 4
Uh-huh.
month.
And now here you are telling your husband now you
I
want
am
to go
going
back.
to school. Yeah. So then the other side decided to talk about the fees, school fees. How are we going to make it by the time because of the school fees
Too large.
yeah, for us to manage. So we sat down and decided on what we can do for us to make this step ahead. So we decided, and at a time, he decided and gave me the opportunity to go to do my studies. Then about my family, we decided on to manage a house manager who can take care of my
A house
children
girl who can take care of the
while,
children.
while I'm at school, the times when I'll be at school, and also at home I can balance my studies and my kids by waking early in the morning. I prepare for my husband, prepare him, and he goes to work, and then I come back, prepare my firstborn, I take him to the kindergarten, and then after my house chores, I can sit an hour and do
Then
some learning.
you can do some
Yes,
learning. Yeah?
yes.
And maybe before we proceed, I want to engage Paroma, Frida. And Frida, Kate is talking about maybe the agreement between now the husband and the wife. And she's saying that they had to sit down and agree. You having a young family like you have now, and being in marriage maybe for less than 2 years, how difficult was it for your husband to accept that now you are going back to school? Well, he knows very well what happens. He have heard the stories that happens in US. How hard was it for him?
When we came up with that suggestion, it was not that easy because by then my husband was working as a biology teacher with board of management. So you know the hustle, how it is. Sometimes you go broke. Sometimes you find that even to manage to get the basic needs is a problem. So coming up with such idea, it was not an easy thing to handle. But he later agreed, and I came back. But you see, in other societies, like the in-laws, you find that they talk of don't go back to school. What you have is enough. Just wait for the employment or for the teachers service commission job whenever it will come. But I just trying to show them the importance of going back to the university and maybe furthering my academics, and they later accepted. Actually, the joining fee or the entrance fee was not easy to get, but we managed to get it, and life is moving well. And for now, they are seeing it as if it's a,
Yes,
it's
if
an
the fruit there,
advancement.
yeah, okay.
They have accepted that going back to school
It's one of the best decisions
is
that
the
you have
best
made.
decision that I made. They even are backing me on the same. They are supporting me in one way or the other. When I go, maybe I have some domestic animals there at home. They take care of it of
When
them
now when you're in
when
school,
I'm in school.
Okay.
So I like the process. It is good anyway.
Musa, what's maybe how did your wife feel now that you are going back to school?
Now, one
If you
thing,
can add on what maybe they have said, and maybe you can emphasize on maybe the agreement that should be there between a wife and a woman, a wife and a husband when it comes to matters like this.
now, the most important thing
Mhm,
and the most important initial step
mhm,
for any couple to agree or any couple to release one of the partners to join a university,
mhm,
it is all based on agreement.
mhm,
Our plan, that is my plan,
mhm,
together with my wife, it was a long overdue issue,
mhm,
and we all sat down. We both had qualifications. And what I came up with, I did not want to apply the Melchisedism. We were both employed by a certain private school
At that,
at that
time,
particular moment that we were now trying to begin.
Uh-huh.
And we sat down as a family, and then we agreed on one thing that because as a man, you've got so many avenues and opportunities on how you can hustle and get money for the family and
Can you still be able
yeah.
to provide for the family?
yeah.
Mhm.
So I told her first to go for the degree. She enrolled for a degree in 2016. We are still at Mount Kenya University. And then we were good to go because I was able now to take care of the family. By that time, we had only one kid, Asad. He was still growing in school. So over the holidays, that is when now she was going.
She would come to school.
I was left with the boy, and you see, having a boy in the house, you feel so comfortable. So I was able to manage him, and luckily enough, my wife cleared. She graduated in the year 2019 with a nice qualification.
Then now it was your turn.
Now it was my turn to
join.
enroll in
Okay.
2019, so that the MOU will be
fulfilled. That is very good. And I'm double sure, and maybe you can bear me witness, Catherine, and even Peter. Being a parent at the same time being a student is not an easy. It's not an easy. What have been maybe your greatest challenges? We start with you.
The challenges of having a family at the same time being in school. Okay, like now my husband is at home.
And you're not at home.
I'm not at home. So you find that at times some people advise him like, but you know how the life that you are living,
What
your
she's
wife,
doing is
what she's doing there, and you know the moral evil, they call it evil things that the university students carry on while in school. But at times, when he maybe brings such issues, I just try to advise him that he should trust me the way he trusted me before even I.
And you trust the process.
Yes. So it is not easy, but if you take it easy and you get understanding man or understanding partner, you will move smoothly until you achieve what you targeted.
Thank you very much. Kita, I want you maybe to take it from where Frida has left. And tell us maybe what have been your biggest challenge.
First of all, the big challenge is the one that my colleague Sudana said, the man trusting one another while one is away is a big challenge in the family. When most of the time we may call and the phone has not been received.
Okay.
Yeah. So we may just decide next time I'll not call because the other time we cannot pick. And when the other time he calls, we will start arguing. Why did you not pick my phone? Why did you? What were you doing? You see, this is a misunderstanding
Kind of
one
an
another.
insecurity gets
Yeah, yeah. So by the time you go back home, you find that the relationship now is deteriorating.
Instead of being strong.
Yeah, and by the in with the time, we get to understand one another, and like people, we sit down and discuss, and we come to consensus. This is what I was supposed to do, and this is what I was doing, and for him to understand, it will take time. The next challenge we face is the balancing the family and the school fees. You'll find by the time the school fees is in need, there is also another challenge in the family, like sickness. You need a large amount of money to take a child to the hospital. The sometimes the school is in need. Yeah. And to find it to balance them is a big challenge. So you have to take a mild step to go and either borrow, you either to decide to sell something
so
because
that you
there's
can be able to get the money.
Yeah, because the salaries that we are having nowadays, they cannot manage education and the families. So we have to work extra. Yeah, for that to manage
Good. Thank you.
the
Allow me to engage the boy child again. And Musa, have you ever yourself into a place where maybe the wife has started suspecting you? Maybe she's behaving in a manner suggesting that maybe you are doing your own things in university.
Now, that's a good question. The fortunate thing is that I have is that I have an understanding wife.
Mhm.
She went through the same process.
Mhm.
I understood her,
Mhm.
and now I've come through the same.
Mhm.
And since it is all about it is a two-way traffic.
Mhm.
So since I gave her the chance
Mhm.
and she did good,
Mhm.
she came home
Mhm.
whole. She came home
Mhm.
having all the right things that I had sent her to come and pick in the university. So I think I'm also obliged to give back what she gave back to me.
Mhm.
That is mutual respect, understanding, and in, in one way or another, joining Mount Kenya University for a degree, it was an opportunity for me to grow. Because when I came at this place, very new, very green, I had learned through proxy, through my wife, about other techniques and all the activities that happen here in the university. So it happened that there were campaigns. And then I got a chance to be elected as a student leader. So that made me grow. That made me grow. And in that way, when I sent back the message home to my wife that I've been
That you
elected,
have not been elected to be the session
student,
leader.
yeah,
Mhm.
she was also happy,
Mhm.
and that one gave her enough security in her mind that since my husband has been elected, he's an opinion leader, so many eyes will be watching over him. So the
So
family,
somehow secure.
yeah,
But
I'm
then-
secure.
That is very good because
Yeah.
at times it happens that maybe the people that we live back at home sometimes they become insecure about maybe what we might be doing. And you have heard it from Frida and Kate, they're telling us the same things that maybe their husbands feel insecure. And maybe this will be one of the things that are making some people out there who have wives who can go back to school and they are denying them the chance to go back to school. What would you say about that?
That is a misconception, but allow me not to call it a misconception
Uh-huh.
because living with your partner, for real, you understand one another, you learn one another. It's just that you stay together as a husband and wife. And there are couples whom in their relationship you will find that they will not be able to give one another a chance to be away from them because of maybe some behaviors that they have learned prior. So what it entails about joining an academic institution, that when you are at the level of the family, it is all about passion, it is all about trust in the partners, and it is all about devotion because you've got to forgo so many things for the benefit of your family.
That is very true.
And for calculation, we can also see an evidence where some of the students they come and start their degree, and in the first year they divorce. They divorce with their
With their husbands and wives.
yes, and they get
Mhm.
married to another student in the same school.
It is happening. Yeah?
It is happening. You get married by you are married before you come, and when you arrive at school, you get another. You
Another.
divorce the first one. So it is not a misconception. They are facts,
Their
and
parts.
that is why our men are caring.
That's
Yeah.
very true.
And but they are taking us, they are just they are assuming us in that perspective of those who get
Because they
come to
have heard
school,
the stories.
yeah, and get married to another. Yes, who
What
went
do you
well,
have to
well
say,
of
Frida,
life.
about the same?
Okay, concerning the same, I think for your partner to understand you, first you have to show a certain kind of maturity. Even the family before you, you are allowed to go back. If your behaviors there are doubted, then you need to be allowed to. Yes, you will not be allowed. But if you show trust, you show maturity, you behave in the right way, definitely the partner will trust you and will give you a chance to pursue your education, even in the universe that most people prefer it as if it is it has a lot of
Institution where moral decay is
yes,
prevailing.
that's the word now. So first I can advise those who are still planning to join well in the families to first just show maturity, show trust, and you'll be allowed to.
They put it as a round table story. They
Where they can
discuss.
sit down and discuss, and the trust will be very paramount
Yeah.
for all these things to happen.
Yeah, and for women,
Mhm.
wives now, we have to first approach them with the right order. You, these men, they don't need rushing. You don't need to be approached at the last minute. And they want to go to school tomorrow or
Like
next
you are
year.
commanding.
It should be done prior before. Then he will give you feedback. It may take a year.
You need a good approach
And once
to
you
be
are
able to tell
denied,
what you want.
once the chance is denied, just keep on
Pressing on.
pressing on, and they will give the chance.
So thank you very much. This is Kenbet Media TV. We are coming to the end, but I want us maybe to have the final word. And I want to start with Musa, then Frida, then Kate. I want you to look at our camera and speak to that wife, to that husband, to that person out there who wants to go back to university, but because of maybe the duties of being a wife, the duties of being a husband, they are not able to join. So I want you to talk to them directly, motivate them, and give them some advice.
Thank you very much. Um, my parting shot is that joining an academic, higher level academic, whereby you're finding yourself that you are in a family setup, you have a husband, you have a wife, it calls for passion, it calls for trust, and it calls for maximum respect for your partner the time that you are away. Because it can be either way. You are at home, you are left by your partner, you begin pushing it down to see the downfall of your family. But having that trust, having that respect, and understanding what has taken you to the university, it is the most important thing. Remember, it is your money, it is your time, and these are your resources that you're using for you to advance your studies. So, trust your partner and respect. Thank you.
Okay, as I conclude, what I can say, life there outside is not simple. It is so much competitive. People are having sleepless nights just trying to compete with what is happening outside there. So it is for one, I can call upon each and everyone to go back and try to maybe to pursue a degree or a diploma or any other course that he or she want to pursue without maybe minding about the family issues. Okay, it is matter of planning yourself. You plan yourself now. You will manage the family if you are a woman, or now you will be managing the family, the children, the husband, and also the or anybody else who is relying on you, and even the to pursue your academics. So it's a matter of planning, and all shall be well. Don't be get discouraged. Just decide and do it.
Start,
Yes.
isn't it? Thank you. As we Catherine, your final word.
Okay, my colleague ladies, as I leave this place, I would advise you that it is not too late for you. If you have this thought in your mind, take a step and decide and go and do your further studies. Since with education, with all the papers, qualified papers, you can get employment and you can do much in your life. Um, if in another word, if you are ready and you feel that you can go and study, go and do it. This is the time. Thank you.
So, thank you very much. You have heard it for yourself from my colleagues, from Musa, from Frida, from Kate. Thank you very much for coming to Ken Ben's Video TV. We really appreciate you have heard it for yourself. That it's possible for you to be a university student and still be a parent. That is very possible. But it depends on some factors like agreement with your partner, trust with your partner, and the other things that they have mentioned. You have heard it for yourself. So thank you very much for watching Ken Ben's Media TV. God bless you. We will be bringing you such stories again and again to make sure that you are motivated enough to make Africa the best continent. Thank you very much.